Hello, everyone. This is Amy of AJC Magic TV. I welcome you in this evening, and I hope you're all having a great day. Um, so welcome in, Catherine Wilby, and it's Joey's World, Annie Koo, Jay Sanudo, and so welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today we will do the '90s versus the '80s. So '90s versus the '80s. I'm here for the pants. I may actually have a chance this week. Annie, I could also throw in some 2000 questions if you like. If you get it and you want to choose these, you can. But we'll get started here. Thank you all for joining this evening. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick. Welcome in, Joyous. Hello, Jonathan Chong. Thank you for joining. And we'll let everyone say hello. I hope you all are having a good day. It's kind of funny. Jeff and Angela come for the weekend. A big snowstorm comes through. They leave yesterday, and it's been 60 to 70 degrees today and sunny. Starting yesterday, it was a little warmer before they left and everything. And today, it was almost 70 degrees. Welcome in, Sebastian the Crab. Thank you for joining. If you guys haven't already done so, I know we're getting started. And if you need to leave, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the channel. Welcome in, Jill. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I hope you are having a great day also, Jill. Thank you for joining in. But we'll get started. I will let's see. We'll go with Annie Koo can pick the first category. So you can do the 90s or 80s or the 2000s. I will throw in the 2000s. So 2000s, 90s, or 80s. Annie Koo, you can pick the first one, 90s. Okay, because we know once It's Joey's World gets on a roll. But here we go. Mix up the cards. I know some of these cards we have gotten a lot of different ones and everything. I haven't figured out. Jeff's really Snow Miser from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, here we go. The 90s. Released in 1998, which company manufactured the Game Boy Color? Released in 1998, which company manufactured the Game Boy Color? Okay, Joe, no problem. But thank you for joining, and check out the rest of our videos that we have and other live streams. Thank you for joining. And I will take the first three answers. I will stick with the first three people. And the first three people are DWG Adventures Rhonda, Annie Koo, and Jay Sanudo with Nintendo. Let me write down the people here. Sorry. Should have had that ready. But it's great to see all of you. But let's see. Rhonda was first, DWG, and Annie Koo, and Jay Sanudo. And Jay, if you leave and Joy's here and she wants to play, then she can have your point or whatever, or vice versa. Okay, Rhonda, you get to pick the next category. 2000s, 90s, or 80s. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick and Jonathan. The advance came afterwards. Okay, Rhonda's going right to the 80s. Right to the 80s. Here we go with the 80s questions. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Who left 60 Minutes in 1981 for a more prestigious gig as a network news anchor? Yeah, that's true, Annie. Never know. Who left 60 Minutes in 1981 for a more prestigious gig as a network news anchor? Okay. Welcome in, Dave. Not Walter Cronkite or Barbara Walters. So, not Walter Cronkite or Barbara Walters. Someone. Spelling doesn't count, right? No. No, because if I can read what you're trying to say, then I usually will give you the point. Let's see. I'll see if anyone else comes up with it, but I do see two people that have it correct. So, okay. It was Dan Rather and Catherine Wilby and DWG Rhonda and Jonathan Chong came in right before I said Dan Rather. So Jonathan Chong. And Catherine Wilby, you get to pick the next category. But it was Dan Rather. I'm surprised you didn't say John Stamos, but you had some good guesses there, Lisa. Okay, Rhonda, you get to pick the next category. Man, who picked this category? Catherine Wilby is picking the 2000s. Here we go with the 2000s. What was the name of the first Harry Potter movie released in 2001? Okay, Mike. What was the name of the first Harry Potter movie released in 2001? And the first people to get it is Jay Sanudo, Movie Mania Nick, and Rhonda with the Sorcerer's Stone. And I will give Annie Koo a point because she had Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So Jay Sanudo, Movie Mania Nick, and Rhonda, and Annie Koo. Hello, Karki, Carol. Thank you for joining. No problem. Be careful driving. Yeah, it does seem like a long time ago when the books were really hot and then the movies. Okay, Jay Sanudo, you get to pick the next category. And he said the 90s. Okay. Here we go with the 90s. Here we go. Who wrote, I'm sorry, here we go. What was the name of the feature length 1996 movie starring Beavis and Butthead? Weird questions. What was the name of the feature length 1996 movie starring Beavis and Butthead? Okay, we got our answers. Jonathan Chong got it first with Beavis and Butthead Do America. So Jonathan Chong, Movie Mania Nick, and It's Joey's World with Beavis and Butthead Do America. So Jonathan Chong, Movie Mania Nick, and It's Joey's World. Okay, Jonathan Chong, you get to pick the next category. Then, and he wants to do the 80s. The 80s. Here we go. What Brat Pack movie yielded the chart-topping Simple Minds song Don't You Forget About Me? What Brat Pack movie yielded the chart-topping Simple Minds song Don't You Forget About Me? I have that soundtrack. Okay, let's see. We got the answer. It is The Breakfast Club, Movie Mania Nick, Annie Coo, and It's Joey's World with The Breakfast Club. So, Movie Mania Nick, Annie Coo, and It's Joey's World with The Breakfast Club. Okay, Nick, next category. Oh, okay, It's Joey's World. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I remember that too. Oh, she did that. Although that is kind of disgusting, though, how she did that. Okay, Nick is staying with the 80s. With the 80s. Here we go. What budding announcer was the first San Diego Charger star to have his number retired? What budding announcer was the first San Diego Charger star to have his number retired? Not Flutie, Doug Flutie. No. What budding announcer was the first San Diego Charger star to have his number retired? I'll see if anybody else gets it. But the right answer is out there. I'll give one more second. Welcome in Timothy Rainwaters. And it's Joey's World and Jay Sanudo get it with Dan Fouts. Dan Fouts. It is Dan Fouts. Okay, it's Joey's World. Like I have to ask that question. What category? Welcome in Timothy Rainwater's Monarch Moments. Hard to believe I'm picking the 80s. And Joy S came in right as I was saying the name. So we'll give Joy S a point for Dan Fouts. Okay, here we go. 1980s. What style of dancing featured moves called the windmill, the turtle, and the hand glide? What style of dancing featured moves called the windmill, the turtle, and the hand glide? Okay, we got our answers. DWG Rhonda breakdancing, Jonathan Chong breakdancing, and Sebastian the Crab breakdancing, river dancing. So let's see, DWG Rhonda, Jonathan Chong, and Sebastian the Crab. Good job, everyone. And Rhonda, what category would you like? Sticking with the 80s. Welcome in, Francisco. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, here we go. What heavy metal band denied accusations that their song, The Number of the Beast, was satanic, insisting that it was just about a bad dream? What heavy metal band denied accusations that their song, The Number of the Beast, was satanic, insisting that it was just about a bad dream? Okay, DWG Rhonda, it's Joey's World, and Jay Sanudo with Iron Maiden. With Iron Maiden. Good job. It was Iron Maiden. Okay, Rhonda. You're still in control of the category. Yeah, I was wondering because I know somebody else said Metallica. Okay, sticking with the 80s. Here we go. What antidote for civilization began opening mini clubs for kids in 1982? What antidote for civilization began opening mini clubs for kids in 1982? Peaches. Might want to make sure you're live there, Garrett. What antidote for civilization began opening mini clubs for kids in 1982? I do see one correct answer. Two correct answers. Okay, so Jonathan Chong and It's Joey's World got it with Club Med. Club Med. So It's Joey's World and Jonathan Chong. Club Med. And Rhonda, because that was coming through when I did that. Hotel California. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten it either. I really thought Rhonda was going to get it since she does travel stuff. Club Med. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, that was pretty interesting. Yeah. I had won something one time to go to one of those Club Meds. It's still the 80s, though. What state did 4 of every 10 U.S. immigrants settle in during the 80's? What state did 4 of every 10 U.S. immigrants settle in during the 80's? So it's Joe. I'm sorry, Jay Sanudo came in first with California. It's Joey's World and Timothy Rainwaters with California. So Jay Sanudo, It's Joey's World, and Timothy Rainwaters. Okay, Jay Sanudo, you pick the next category. A singles paradise. Back to the 90's. Okay, we're going back to the 90's. Yeah, I was surprised, Garrett. You didn't even try. Okay. You guys won't get that one. Okay, here we go. 1990's. Which of the following songs featured on Britney Spears' album Baby, One More Time, Lucky, Stronger, or Sometimes? Which of the following songs featured on Britney Spears' album Baby, One More Time, Lucky, Stranger, or Sometimes? You know what? I'm sorry. Here's the question again. Which of the following songs featured on Britney Spears' album Baby One More Time? Is it Lucky or Stronger or Sometimes? Nobody's gotten it right yet. It's not Lucky and it's not Stronger. Happy, I do not know the answer, but I'm giving you multiple choice, Sebastian the Crab. What featured song was on the album Baby One More Time? Lucky, Stronger, or Sometimes? And Joy S. and Jonathan Chong and DWG Rhonda with Sometimes. And that was my fault, so I will give everyone a point because I read it all in like one succession. So let's see. Jonathan Chong, Joyce Nudo, Jonathan Chong, and DWG Rhonda. Okay, Joy S., you get to pick the next category. 80s, 90s, or 2000s. Anybody know any funny Irish stories? Nah, I don't, because I'm not Irish, though. My family's from the UK, but not Ireland part. And Joy wants the 2000s. Okay, here we go, the 2000s. In Marley and Me, what breed of dog was Marley? In Marley and Me, what breed of dog was Marley? Great Dane. Okay, so it's Joey's World, Joy S., and Jonathan Chong with a Labrador Retriever. Labrador Retriever. So it's Joey's World, Joy S., and Jonathan Chong. Good job, everyone. Cool, Justin. Gabe and Hannah does too. I never saw this movie. I didn't want to cry. Yeah, it can be sad. It can be sad. Okay, we're back to the 80s. Here we go. Okay, here we go. What budding pop star played Willis's girlfriend, Charlene, on Different Strokes? What budding pop star played Willis's girlfriend, Charlene, on Different Strokes? There was an English. Okay, we have Joy S., Sebastian the Crab, and Catherine Wilby with Janet Jackson. With Janet Jackson. Good job, ladies. So Joy S. got it first. Catherine Wilby second. And Sebastian the Crab with Janet Jackson. Okay, Joy S., you get to pick the next category. Let's see. Let me see, Annie. Oh, and no, it's Sebastian the Crab. Yeah, I don't see your name, Annie Coo. Oh, okay. I'll give you a point there because I'll back it up. Okay, Joy wants to go to the 90s. Back to the 90s. Annie Coo. Sorry, when people, not that I'm discouraging anybody, come in and everyone says hello, it kind of like everybody's answers get mixed in. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go with the 90s. I See Dead People is a line from which movie? I See Dead People is a line from which movie? So Sebastian the Crab, Annie Koo, and DWG Adventures with The Sixth Sense. With The Sixth Sense. So Sebastian the Crab, Annie Koo, what is her name? And Rhonda, Sixth Sense. Willy Wonka freaked me out when I was a kid. Yeah, the Oompa Loompas could be kind of scary, but then whenever you get into the one that Johnny Depp did, that's really wild. Okay, Sebastian the Crab wants to go back to the 80s. We were just talking about that movie the other day. The Sixth Sense, you mean, Timothy? Yeah, I haven't watched that one in a while, The Sixth Sense. Really haven't watched many movies lately. Okay, here we go. Back to the 80s. Let's see. What singer-songwriter waxed the innovative albums Swordfish Trombones, Rain Dogs, and Frank's Wild Years? What singer-songwriter waxed the innovative albums Swordfish Trombones, Rain Dogs, and Frank's Wild Years? Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, that's a weird one. I thought it would be scarier and it was more about Vietnam and stuff. The Jacob's Ladder one. Well, I only see one person with the answer, and it was It's Joey's World with Tom Waits. It's Joey's World with Tom Waits. Okay. Okay, we're going to keep with the 80s. Here we go with the 80s. What nation shuttled passengers at over 185 miles per hour in 1981 on Europe's first high speed TGV train? What nation shuttled passengers at over 185 miles per hour in 1981 on Europe's first high speed TGV train? Well, I see one person got the answer correct. Jeff's train set at home. Jersey. Okay, Jonathan Chong got it right. It is France. So Jonathan Chong got it right. Okay, have to head for home. Okay, except for one, I give that point to Sebastian Crab. It was France. Yeah. Okay, see. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Sebastian the Crab. Okay, let's see who got that. Jonathan Chong, sticking with the 80s. Sticking with the 80s. Here we go. What variety show star portrayed characters like golf pro Kiki Howard Smith, yuppie Sarah Downey, and Aussie stuntwoman Raylene Gibson? What variety show star portrayed characters like golf pro Kiki Howard Smith, yuppie Sarah Downey, Aussie stuntwoman Raylene Gibson? And it's Joey's World. Jonathan Chong, Catherine Wilby, and Movie Mania Nick with Tracy Ullman. With Tracy Ullman. So it's Joey's World. Jonathan Chong. Movie Mania Nick. And Catherine Wilby. Who's oh, yeah, Tracy Ullman. Ullman, yeah. Nope, 80s. Okay, we're sticking with the 80s. What playwright with a fear of flying played speed demon Chuck Yeager in The Right Stuff? What playwright with a fear of flying played speed demon Chuck Yeager in The Right Stuff? And Catherine Wilby, it's Joey's World, and Jonathan Chong with Sam Shepard. Sam Shepard. Way to go, Catherine Wilby. It's Joey's World and Jonathan Chong. Okay, Catherine, you have control of the category. '80s, '90s, or 2000s? Not 80. How about 90s? Okay, we're going to go to the 90s. Here we go. Who wrote the Goosebump book series? Who wrote the Goosebumps book series? Movie Mania Nick, Jonathan Chong, and Annie Koo for R.L. Stein. So Movie Mania Nick, Jonathan Chong, and Annie Koo with R.L. Stein. Good job, everyone. Welcome back, Jill. Okay, Movie Mania Nick, you get to pick the next category. They're books and then movies also, Rhonda. They're books and movies. R.L. Stein, The Goosebumps. I think they started off as books and then they became a movie. Okay, we're going back to the 80s. Back to the 80s. Oh, okay. You're just saying you didn't see any of the movies. Okay, no problem. Yeah, they filmed two of them with Jack Black. Yes. Okay, here we go. What British hair band topped the charts for the only time with "Here I Go Again"? Yeah, the books are better. What British hair band topped the charts for the only time with "Here I Go Again"? Every Wednesday, Jill, at 6 p.m. Sometimes I might do late night on the weekends, sometimes, but 6 p.m. Wednesdays usually. Okay, Rhonda, Sebastian the Crab, and It's Joey's World got it with White Snake. So Sebastian the Crab, It's Joey's World, and Rhonda. Okay, Rhonda, DWG. You sticking with the 80s or switching? Okay. 2000s. Oh, okay. Thank you. We'll do the 2000s and then we'll go back to the 80s real quick because I messed up. At 3 a.m. and you start. Okay. We'll stick with the 80s. That's fine. Sorry. I messed up and said your name. I do apologize. Slow internet storms. Okay, here we go. With the 80s, what Ivy League school band often played the Mickey Mouse Club theme when its football team took the field during a 44-game losing streak? What Ivy League school's band often played the Mickey Mouse Club theme when its football team took the field during a 44-game losing streak? I'm so bad at trivia. We had this one before, but I don't remember. Yeah, correct. Welcome in, Jim. More sunshine, please. It is not Princeton. It's not Brown. And it's not Stanford. And not Dartmouth. And not Penn. You guys are all dancing around with it. I was going to say the Bad News Bears, but that is baseball. Think New York City. Think New York City. What Ivy League school's band often played the Mickey Mouse Club theme when its football team took the field during a 44-game losing streak? Okay, let's see here if anybody got it. It's Joey's World, Mike Bush, and Annie Koo with Columbia. With Columbia. It's Joey's World, Mike Bush, and Annie Koo with Columbia. Mm. Okay, we're sticking with the 80s. We did all those questions, so let me pull out a different one. Okay, here we go. Who succeeded his mother as prime minister in 1984? Who succeeded his mother as prime minister in 1984? Yeah, you control the 80s. That's why I always throw in the 90s and 2000s so I don't lose people in case they actually know a question. Do you have any leftover PB&J mac and cheese? Who succeeded his mother as prime minister in 1984? Not Trudeau. That's not Trudeau. Think more in Asia area. In Asia, one of the Asian countries. But not Pierre Trudeau. That's a good answer. John Turner. Nah. I know he's pretty famous for everyone. Sorry, I was just 4 years old back then. Not Aquino. And I'm not sure if he's from India or one of those other countries. But who succeeded his mother as prime minister in 1984? And Jim of More Sunshine, please, got it with Gandhi. With Gandhi. All the spelling still wrong. Yes. But Jim of More Sunshine got it with Gandhi. Okay, Jim, you control the categories. You can stick with the 80s, switch to the 90s, or do 2000s. So 80s, 90s, or 2000s. I wasn't even born yet. Yeah, unless you learned that in history. If you were born later, you wouldn't know. Okay, Jim is sticking with the 80s. Jim of More Sunshine, please. Okay, here we go with the 80s. Which MASH character at series end was headed back to home at Crabapple Cove, Maine? Which MASH character at series end was headed back home to Crabapple Cove, Maine? Well, it wasn't Radar. One person put the actor's name, not the character. And one person actually has the character. Two people, three people. So Catherine Wilby. And then Sebastian the Crab and Jill got it with Hawkeye. And Rhonda, you said Alan Alda. But the answer is Hawkeye. Hawkeye. So Catherine Wilby, Sebastian the Crab, and Jill. Welcome to the board, Jill. But it was Hawkeye. I couldn't remember any of the characters' names. Okay. Catherine Wilby. What Karen? Okay, we're gonna switch to the 2000s. The 2000s. Shot in the Dark. Haven't seen it in ages. Yeah, I'll watch the repeats every once in a while when they're on. I enjoyed MASH. Okay, here we go with the 2000s. Welcome in, Addiction Mouse. No problem. Okay, Movie Mania Nick, thank you for joining. You had 7 points this evening. Welcome in, Lisa T. Thank you for joining. Hello, Addiction Mouse. No problem. Okay, here we go with the 2000s. Atomic Kitten had a hit with The Tide is High, Get the Feeling, but who wrote the original song? Atomic Kitten had a hit with The Tide is High, Get the Feeling, but who wrote the original song? Okay, Rhonda got it. Jim, more sunshine, please. And it's Joey's World with Blondie. Blondie. They have the answer, Blondie. So that's what I'll be going with. So Rhonda, Jim, and it's Joey's World. Yeah, I think Deborah Harry was a member of the Blondie, but that's what they went. Yeah, I had blondie hair in the 80s. Okay, yeah, Rhonda, you get to pick the category. Okay, that's what I thought she was. I won't be playing it. Yeah, that's I figure she was a person. Okay, we're switching back to the 80s. Okay, here we go. Back to the 80s. What rock superstar sired children with Alana Hamilton and Kelly Emberg during the 80s? What rock superstar seared children with Alana Hamilton and Kelly Emberg during the 80s? And Rhonda, Mike Bush, and Catherine Wilby got it with Rod Stewart. So Rhonda, Mike Bush, and Catherine Wilby with Rod Stewart. Didn't they all? Yeah. Okay. You sticking with the 80s, Rhonda? Need I ask? Okay, sticking with the 80s. Here we go. What 1988 film heated up when thugs crashed the Nakatomi Corporation's office Christmas party? Yeah, I did see that, Rhonda. He was in the news. What 1988 film heated up when thugs crashed the Nakatomi Corporation's office Christmas party? Yeah, because he was filling potholes in his hometown. Okay, let's see. It's Joey's World, DWG, Rhonda, and Monarch Moments with Die Hard. With Die Hard. Welcome to the board, Garrett. Well, you guys all beat Jeff. So, it's Joey's World. Monarch Moments and Rhonda, I believe. Yep, with Die Hard. He got tired of driving on them. Okay, we're sticking with the 80s. Okay, I gotta grab a new card. We did all this. Okay, we got about 4 more questions to go. This is counting with the 4, because we're coming up on 7 p.m. I believe the Disney Nerd Herders go live at 7 p.m. Pete McDevitt is going live. I believe he has Tracy Glenn on this evening. Kenzie Days' his dad. And then at 8 p.m., usually Joy, Justin, and Peyton go live at 8 p.m. And also the D&G Explorers. It's also This and That Night. And it is St. Patrick's Day at the Monarch House. 1 day early. Okay, here we go. These are the last 4 questions. We're going to do the 80s because that's what It's Joey's World picked. So here we go. What TV survival expert once used candy bars to plug a sulfuric acid leak? Oh, you're welcome. What TV survival expert once used candy bars to plug a sulfuric acid leak? Okay. Okay, Catherine Wilby, thank you. Was not sure. You're welcome, Joy. So go check out Tracy Glenn getting sort of grilled by Pete McDevitt. Okay, Rhonda got it first with MacGyver, Addiction Mouse, and Jill Walkbrick got it with MacGyver. So Rhonda. Addiction Mouse and Jill. Okay, Rhonda, pick the next category. Okay, we're sticking with the 80s. What obsessive director forced Shelley Duvall to do 127 takes of a single scene? What obsessive director forced Shelley Duvall to do 127 takes of one single scene? That one's hard because I wouldn't know. You hear that Patty MacGyver is on Aunt Selma. Not Spielberg, but that's a good guess, Lisa T. But he's up there in the high things. He did kind of weird movies like Clockwork Orange. Francis Ford Coppola is a good guess also. So Jill, Rhonda, and It's Joey's World got it with Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick. Okay, so It's Joey's World, Jill, and Rhonda. Okay, Jill, you get the pick Stanley Kubrick. Yes, I put Stanley. Okay, Jill, you get to pick the next category. Either 80s, 90s, or 2000s, Jill. Not even a half a point. You have to hit enter, Garrett, for it to count. Yeah, I didn't see no Stanley or Kubrick until later. Okay, here we go. Jill wants the 80s. Two more questions. What chunky Auburn basketballer did fans taunt by having pizzas delivered to him at courtside? What chunky Auburn basketball player did fans taunt by having pizzas delivered to him at courtside? Okay, it's Joey's world. Don't fail me now. Where's Joey? What chunky Auburn basketballer did fans taunt by having pizzas delivered to him at courtside? While Monarch Moments, Rhonda and Jonathan Chong got it with Charles Barkley. With Charles Barkley. No clue. Oh, wow. Joey must be sleeping. So Monarch Moments comes in with the answer. Rhonda and Jonathan Chong. Where's Jonathan? Okay. And Rhonda's going to keep the 80s, I'm guessing. Or no, actually, Garrett, you get to pick the category. Make it a good one, Garrett. What category? 80s, 90s, or 2000s, Garrett? Wake up, Garrett. Hurry up and type it in. Garrett, do you want the 80s, 90s, or 2000s? I know where to go for basketball trivia at least, yes. What category? 80s, 90s, or 2000s? Oh, okay, the doorbell rang. Okay, Garrett sticking with the 80s. I bet Garrett wants the 80s. I almost was going to Danny Coo if he didn't answer real quickly. Okay, here we go. We won't get these ones. Here we go. Who spent 27,000 U.S. troops? Who sent 27,000 U.S. troops to Panama 21 months after promising a kinder, gentler nation? What president sent 20,000 U.S. troops to Panama 21 months after promising a kinder, gentler nation? And it was not Reagan or Ford. I think it covers the 80s. Nah, you're missing one. Okay, so it's Joey's World and Mike Bush, get it? And Annie Koo with George Bush. With George Bush. Okay, Mike Bush, you get to pick the last category. The 80s, 90s, or 2000s. But it was George Bush. 80s, 90s, or 2000s, Mike Bush. Okay, gonna pick the 80s for the final question of the evening. Here we go. What band had a special drum kit built for Rick Allen after he lost his left arm in an auto accident? What band had a special drum kit built for Rick Allen after he lost his left arm in an auto accident? And the final answer was Def Leppard. Rhonda, It's Joey's World, and Jonathan Chong got it with Def Leppard. So Rhonda, It's Joey's World, and Jonathan Chong with Def Leppard. Okay, there is a showdown between Rhonda and It's Joey's World. A showdown between Rhonda and It's Joey's World. So I will pick one final question of the evening. I think we should do a 90s question to make it harder. I will pick a 90s question. No. Might get it. You guys might get it. Here we go with the final question from the 90s. Which fashion designer was shot dead on the steps of his Miami Beach home in 1997? Pick a mystery one, can be any year. Which fashion designer was shot dead on the steps of his Miami Beach home in 1997? Uh-oh, let's see. And Rhonda got it first with Johnny Versace. Johnny Versace. Rhonda wins this evening. It's Joey's World is second place. But it was Johnny Versace. Congratulations, DWG Rhonda. You guys did a good job tonight. But Rhonda was first place. It's Joey's World second place. Annie Koo and Jonathan Chong were tied for third place. Then Catherine Wilby, Sebastian the Crab, Joy S. Garrett had 2 points. Addiction Mouse 1 point. Timothy Rainwaters 1 point. Mike Bush 1 point. Jim Amore Sunshine 2 points. And Jill 2 points. So congratulations, everyone. You all did a great job. So thank you all for joining. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already done so. Go check out the Pete McDevitt Show, which is going on now. And then at 8 p.m., Joy S. And also the D&G Explorers at 9 p.m. Monarch Moments with a pre-St. Patrick's Day party. And the This and That crew at 9 p.m. And then tomorrow there's all kinds of others, Gonzo and with his trivia, and also the Philly crew. So have a great night, everyone. Have 2 points, not bad for being here. Yeah, no, you never know. You can come right in. Yeah, 9:30 is the Monarch Moments. So happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you who celebrate. Be careful over the weekend, and we will see you in the chats and let the adventures begin. Good night, everyone. Auto Show and Pandemic. Okay, check out DWG Adventures. Have a great night, everyone.